Hello everybody, or hello nobody, depending on who or if anybody watches these videos has got this far through this extensive playlist of me ranting about the curriculum. So in this one we're looking at using your child's interests and abilities to inform your planning. So in the last video we looked at how to use the lesson objectives and the evidence of learning to work out how you, and the assessment tasks, to work out how you're going to teach the content. Now we're looking at how to pull your child's interests and abilities in to your planning. I am totally going to talk about reading again in this, and I'm probably going to talk about even the same books that I talked about in the last video. I was actually going to edit that out, but I already warned you guys in my intro video that this was going to happen. I'm going to talk about reading so much, and you are totally going to get sick of it. Anyway, have fun.
So step 3 is gauging your child's interests and abilities. So first of all, their interests. It's pretty straightforward. What do they like? What don't they like? Now this might not be like, oh, they love the colour yellow, so let's put yellow into everything. It's just about how is this going to be relevant? How are they going to get this? So as I said earlier with the example of our HAS unit, instead of working through the workbook, we went out and actually made consumer choices by purchasing something, and we looked at all of the concepts and then applied those concepts to our purchase. So those are things that you can do just to make the curriculum come alive. Other ways, when you're learning maths, you can use their interest and their knowledge in word problems. They love motorbikes, you can incorporate that into your numeracy passport, the maths side of things. You create problems around what they like. The same, very, very simple, the stories that they write, when you're getting them to write, get them to write things that they're interested in. And same with stories read, again, get them to read things that they're interested in. And actually, I should have probably put this in the timetabling video about stories that you are reading. It's really helpful if you can line them up to another part of the curriculum. Cross-curricular learning is awesome. So last year for history, we were learning about the Eureka Stockade. Jackie French has written a kids book about the Eureka Stockade, which covers like 95% of the curriculum. We read that and flew through our HAS unit because she knew the content. It was easy. So that's just a little time-saving thing that you can do. Focus your focus what you're reading on what you're learning. Think about the sorts of resources that they're going to enjoy. Are they going to learn better if you show them a YouTube video of that concept, or are they going to learn better if you do like some sort of hands-on activity about it, or read a story about it, or just explaining it to them, like what is the way that they're going to learn best, and go with that. Very, very important also is your child's abilities. If your child knows the difference between needs and wants, and this unit has got 5 lessons on the difference between needs and wants, and you're like, I've got to sit through 5 lessons of this. No, you don't. Have a look at it, we'll do a 5-minute review and go to lesson 6. You could also use those 5 lessons to extend their knowledge in that area beyond their year level if they've already got it. And then when you get up to something that they don't understand, take more time on that. If you have a lesson where, wow, they really don't get this concept, but we've only got 1 lesson on it, the 5 lessons that you skipped there, do them here.
Now, for any teachers, distance ed teachers, or admin, or whoever watching this, sorry, not sorry. We have to do this to preserve our sanity and our children's sanity. You all know that I do this. I've done this since I first got here. I heard a story some time ago about the US Air Force, I believe it was, who decided that if they took all of their pilots' measurements and found the average, they could use those average measurements to create the perfect cockpit chair for every pilot. So they did that, thinking that it was going to fit everybody comfortably. But the reality is it actually fitted nobody, because nobody is an average size. And I think the curriculum is the same. It does not matter how good our distance education curriculum is. There is no such thing as an average child So the curriculum is not going to fit anybody, and that's where we as educators, as home tutors, as governesses, and also our teachers, that's where we come in and we tailor what we're given to fit our child.
And always ask yourself, could this concept be taught with a game or with something fun instead of sitting down and doing this worksheet? Because if it can be taught with a game, do that. Here is an example of using a game to teach a geography concept. You will need a selection of rubber bands. I love the multicoloured ones because they're easy to find again. And a large map of the world. Take a rubber band and take your position some distance from the map and choose where you're going to hit. So we start with continents first. First person to hit all the continents wins. So Asia is always our first target. Ooh, I'm out of practice. I can get that in the first go normally. And once she knows all the continents, we moved on to countries. Best thing about this, you get to teach the kids that Africa is not a country, it is a continent. One of the best activities that Africa can do is try and get them to hit the individual countries, because there are way too many people who think that Africa is a country. You can also use this to teach oceans, just at different localities. If you have a map of Australia, you can do states. There's so many things you can do that. Yeah, trying to hit stuff with a rubber band is awesome. You could also adapt it for sight words. So if you've got your sight words up on the wall, you try and hit the, or you try and hit and. It's a lot of fun. Maybe dangerous, but hey, it's not going to kill anybody. It's fun.